From Screen Junkie Studios in the heart of Los Angeles, this is Screen Junkies Drunk Movie Fights. Now your host, Andy Sigdor.
We're going to do the shot first. Hey! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drunk Movie Fights. This is the third Drunk Movie Fights, meaning the winner today goes on to fight Ken Napzok and Alicia Malone in the finals for the first ever Drunk Movie Fights Championship. We've got some great fights today, including questions about who should be the new live-action genie in Aladdin, what villain should fight the Power Rangers, why is my chair so squeaky, and a big blind fight. So there's a lot to get to tonight. If you would like to join in on the conversation live on Twitter, go to #MovieFightsLive. Let's meet our fighters. First, he's normally the host of the show, my nemesis when I'm on that side of the table. But he's here today to fight with, is that hard lemonade again?
I got Smirnoff, excellent. I got vodka, I got pineapple juice.
It's going to get messy. It's Andy Sigdor, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we all do a shot to start this show?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cheers, bottom up, let's get shit-faced. We're going to curse.
To Uber.
What was that, vodka?
I gotta say now, fans, you're either a fan of this kind of show or you're not. But now you know in advance to tune out or to stay tuned.
Yeah. And if you're watching this on your phone live, pull over. Oh, okay. Second, she's one of the newer Screen Junkies, but already a seasoned drinker because I guess you're from New York, right? Is that correct?
I'm from New York, and I've been a drinker for many years. Thank you. I have a PhD in drunk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Roth Cornett.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here with my favorites.
Nice.
Kept in the family today.
Yeah. It's
Ride or die.
it's almost as incestuous as my family reunions.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm already drunk. Okay.
Are you doing He's from the South transition?
Yeah, exactly. Third, our Winter Soldier and soon to be, are we allowed to say the?
Yes, he is now.
Okay, soon to be Rick Grimes for the Screen Junkies roasts. Our friend, Emmy Award nominated, along with this gentleman, Joe Starr.
Woo!
I'm very excited to do this and drink with Roth and Andy with his sorority drinks.
I kind of call, Andy has to drink one of those to every shot. Joe and I do. It's shenanigans. A little bit, no?
No, because there's so much sugar in that, he's going to lose
of us. He's going to lose a leg before he loses his
promise you, I get drunk off 2 of these.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
He's so dainty. It's going to be great.
I'm not, but
And our fact checker today is Mr. Spencer Gilbert. Can we call it the Spencer Cam?
Spenny Cam.
The Spenny Cam. And sitting next to him is on the fan cam is Danny Petruska. Welcome, Danny.
Alex Peltz.
So you're voting for Trump? Am I
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, as much as I'd love to talk trash.
Let's just get to this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get us as drunk as possible.
Are you doing a shot?
What? Already?
Calm down, leaving Las Vegas. Okay, a quick reminder of the rules. All scoring is based on the facts presented, passion and creativity. Ultimately, it depends on what I liked, but we're not going to say that. So let's get to round 1, shall we?
Now let's do this. This is where we
Whoa, I forgot.
fight.
The only time we do. Oh, they're drunk like us.
That was a good intro.
Yeah, that was awesome. I should have heard. I wish I had the headphones to hear what they were saying. Okay, so Disney has just announced they're moving forward with a live-action Aladdin with Guy Ritchie directing.
Boo!
That's not the question. So, Screen Junkie superfan Jonathan Peck wants to know who should play the genie, and we're going to start with Andy.
I'm going with an interesting choice. I'm going with Joaquin Phoenix. Now, here's why. Joaquin Phoenix is mysterious. He's a dark, tortured soul. I want to see a new take on this genie. I don't want to see what we've already seen before. You can't beat the original. You just can't. And Joaquin Phoenix is going to bring something we've never seen before. It's like that Heath Ledger Joker moment. You're like, what? But then you're kind of like, okay, I kind of want to see that. And I dare any of you in this panel to say otherwise.
Okay.
I say otherwise. I say that when we examine the evidence, that we will find that there is only one reasonable choice to take part as the genie, to take on this iconic role in this movie, and that is 100% Sir Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He is, if we really think about it, the genie. The Rock, of all people in the world, he wants you to have your wishes come true. He's trying to make it happen for you just with his look at that face, his undeniable, palpable charm and energy. He is an action hero. This is a Guy Ritchie movie. He is larger than life. The Rock is the man.
Okay. Joe, your take?
Jonathan Peck, this was a great question. I want to thank you for asking
Thank you very
it.
much.
He doesn't vote on who wins.
Well, I
still
just want to
love him.
apologize to him for these two shitty answers that have led off the show. There's only one answer for who should play the new genie, and it is another funny improviser, likable guy that does a lot of characters, and that's Bill Hader. He's going to be a great genie. Sometimes the obvious choice is the best choice.
That's all we're getting?
I just said like 4 more sentences than both of them.
It's a lot of build-up to that sentence.
Rebuttals, I
Yeah, I mean,
guess.
Bill Hader is an interesting choice, but how are you not going to compare him to Robin Williams the
I want
entire
to compare
time?
him to Robin Williams the
No,
entire
did you
time. I want a
see
quick, funny
Aladdin
genie.
2?
Dude,
Did you see Aladdin 2
Look,
with Dan Castellaneta trying to be Robin Williams?
Castellaneta is no hater, sir. Watch it. And I don't want another dark, tortured soul playing the genie because I want to keep this genie around. Thank you very much. I've already had a few to drink.
What does
also,
that mean? Oh, because he's going to kill himself?
Yeah,
That's really
Also, also, I'm sorry, but you want another like Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger Joker moment? The next Heath Ledger Joker moment we got was Jared Leto. So that's a terrible comparison to want to make. Bill Hader does characters. He's fun. Disney's going to want to keep this movie in step with Aladdin. They're not going to want The Rock. That's weird. At most, Rock can play songs on acoustic guitar. They're going to want a funny guy that does impressions. And that's Bill Hader.
Okay.
Oh, sir. The Rock has spent his entire career playing multiple characters. That's what he did, as a wrestler. He is born for theatrics, number one. And talk about a naturally melodious voice. If we are going a musical direction in this movie, there is an actual video called The Rock Sings Better Than Justin Bieber. Why? He is a beautiful singer. He has a lovely singing voice if we're going musical. But if we're not, which we're probably not, because this is a Guy Ritchie movie, who is a better action hero today, sir, than The Rock? Who do you want in your life? Granting your wishes. The Rock.
The genie's not an action hero, though.
Yeah,
he's
he's
the
not.
genie. He's a big blue cloud.
It's a Guy Ritchie movie. You don't think there's going to be action?
not done
Lock,
by The
stock, and
Rock.
a magic lamp.
Plus, The Rock played 2 characters in his wrestling career. A completely unlikable, boring baby face, and then an evil guy in an expensive shirt that made Chinese food puns about your genitals. Those are his 2 wrestling characters. Fight me
The
on
Rock,
that if you
The
want.
Rock
but
can't
that's
do
the truth.
voices. Like, even when he's doing Moana, which I'm excited for, and I love The Rock, he's still playing The Rock. Like, I don't see the range you need from The Rock to play the genie. So right there, that's my struggle. I think it's a better call than Bill Hader because I still stand by the fact, as good as Bill Hader is, you can't put someone in the same style to do the same thing Robin Williams
Okay,
did.
final arguments.
Already?
That's
Wow.
them. Final arguments on this one.
I will say this, that Bill Hader, even in the image that was used of him, looked bored and disinterested in playing the genie. This is not the person that needs to play the genie at all. Joaquin Phoenix, I'm sorry, he's a tremendous actor, but he has no interest in these kinds of films. That aside, saying he would do it, he certainly doesn't have the charm or charisma or magnetism that would capture the genie, something so iconic that Robin Williams himself delivered unto us, the only person really
Delivered
working
unto us? Now we're getting
unto us.
biblical.
Yes, the only person who has the power to bring that lightning bolt of magic is in fact the rock star.
So you're asking him to do the same lightning bolt of magic again. That's the problem here. I want to do
Absolutely
something new, and I'm not saying he's got to be dramatic and Jared Leto poor. I think Joaquin Phoenix is a fantastic actor with amazing range and can pull off anything. He was hilarious in
Okay,
Gladiator.
I've heard enough. Shut up.
I didn't get a final argument?
You just, no.
That's fine. I'm the only one that said words, but that's fine.
Because even though of the these three choices myself, I think Bill Hader would be the best. Your argument was you started drinking too early. So then it comes down to The Rock and Joaquin Phoenix. And The Rock does have the physical pose and the body that would look great on screen, painted blue, and he has charisma. But then you lost me when you said he's played multiple characters. He's played people with different names, but they're all ultimately The Rock. He's not.
The perfect character for this role.
Holy shit, is Mark going to give me the point?
And even though I really don't want to see Joaquin Phoenix as the genie, I was literally writing down, when you said Dark and Tortured, I was writing down Heath Ledger versus Jack Nicholson Joker, and then you said it, because I thought, that's what I thought when I saw Heath Ledger's first picture. So yes, Unlike you, I am objective, so the point goes to Andy.
All right. I was going to say that was a quick round, but I like that round.
I like that you
See,
disqualified
won the
Ross'
judge.
argument using my argument for Bill
You do
Hader.
the whole show like that. This will be a very quick episode. We won't get too drunk. It's
No,
perfect.
no, and Drake, I think I have some things that could slow this down a bit because
I'm
I want.
sorry, I'm a little hyper. I only did 2 lines before I got here.
The chair was too.
Oh, I thought you said Coke.
I
no.
want to bring up 2 things. One is that you can follow along and tweet me at #MovieFightsLive to have your tweets read live on the air, like this one from @RobProg. Bet you anything Kevin Hart will play the genie, which is probably what we're going to end up with. And also, I want to introduce some special drink-along rules.
Oh, I forgot all about these
We
rules.
have a few things that I'm going to need your guys' help to keep track of that will make some people drink some more. Anytime Andy burps, we take a drink.
Oh, good one.
Anytime Roth, quote, gets New York, we take a drink. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
does that mean?
Does a pigeon steal your hot dog? I don't know what New York means. Anytime Joe blanks on an actor or a movie, we drink. Anytime Mark says, Andy's right, this is tough, or I guess just this is tough, we take a drink. Anytime JTE fucks up, we just take a drink. If the fan poll chooses someone different from Mark, the winner takes a shot. And anytime Andy argues with the judge, we drink as well. So that should be the extra drink-along rules. That should get us nice and sauced before we go home today.
Did we do any of those right now?
No, I think we're good so
Well,
far.
No
the
shot. They have to
fan...
take a shot, right? Because they lost.
So the fan poll
short.
actually went with Bill Hader on that one. Joaquin lost the fan poll, 14% to 47%. So this is the winner takes a shot. I'm not
Andy
sure.
gets a shot.
I guess you're the winner, Andy. You're the big
Thanks.
winner.
Good round.
Does
Cheers,
going
man.
New York mean that Roth announces that she publicly supports Spider-Man?
I do publicly support Spider-Man.
We're
at
with
all
you,
times.
Spider-Man, all the way.
I have to say, I thought that Bill Hader was going to be the really hard one to fight because he's so amazing.
Oh boy.
Somebody's wife is holding their hair back tonight.
Also, The
shit.
Rock does great voices. Okay.
No, it
So
doesn't.
I'll do my best to keep track of these, but Andy, you are in the lead. Let's
Yeah,
do
Andy.
this.
Yeah.
Boo!
Small last.
Alrighty, question 2.
I looked in my notes today.
Whether you like the first trailer or not, the Power Rangers movie is on its way. So what we want to know is what movie villain ideally should fight the Power Rangers. And this time we're going to start with the lovely Ms. Roth.
Okay, so I have chosen Skynet to fight the Power Rangers, and here's why. This is why I think this works. It is basically a battle between technology and magic, but not only that, stage 1 of Skynet going against the Power Rangers involves them taking over their beloved allies in battle, the Zords themselves. And then after that, the Zords have to battle themselves because they do have a soul. If you're reading the text very accurately, there's a soul connection between the Rangers and the Zords.
Oh, everyone drink.
Drink, mofo.
Oh, she just got on New York. Drink again. Oh.
That's fair. That is a fair point. That is very accurate. Anyway, the point of this is that it gives you a fun but dynamic, rich, textured look at the Rangers. And at the end of the day, you have the Zords taking back their autonomy to reconnect with their soul-connected Rangers, which again, it's in the text if you really are looking very closely. And Skynet has built a false Megazord to fight the actual Zord. Giant robots fighting. Boom. Boom.
I didn't understand a word of that.
I'm not the only one.
Mr.
How
Starr.
can you not understand that it's Skynet?
So, you want the Power Rangers to just fight big fucking robots. And there is not a bigger fucking robot than Unicron from Transformers the movie. The giant, planet-sized, planet-eating robot voiced by Orson Welles. This thing is horrifying. The opening of Transformers the movie is intensely scary, whether you're a little kid or a grown man who still loves cartoons like I do. It's this menacing score by Vince DiCola, who did the synth score for like Rocky and a bunch of awesome stuff, and he just descends on this civilian planet and people are running for their lives and they're trying to escape the planet and he consumes the whole thing. This is a cool villain for the Power Rangers because not only is he a giant robot, but you have to get inside of him to beat him. And once you're inside, there's all sorts of nasties you have to fight. So like the Zords fight the planet, the Power Rangers go inside, there's all sorts of stuff to do. And he's voiced by Orson Welles, and that's just pretty cool. Unicron.
Alrighty. Mr. Signor?
Look, I'm going to say something maybe unpopular here. I don't want to see another Power Rangers movie. I don't care. If I'm going to see it, I want to go full on cheese. So why not put the most cheesiest perfect villain yet? Apocalypse from X-Men Apocalypse. Look at this fool. He'll fit right in. He looks like he's from the friggin' movie already. And the one cool thing he can do is he can decapitate people with sand. I'd watch that again. Especially if it's the Power Rangers getting decapitated. So it's no-brainer plan. Now, all right, so I'm going to start in because now we all said it. Unicron is just going to turn into some space fart like Green Lantern.
A space fart?
It's going to be a sky beam. No matter how you handle it, it's too big. When you do that live action, the Power Rangers going against this big entity, it's not going to be the threat you think it's going to be.
No, it's going to be a giant robot.
No,
they had
it's
the
gonna be
technology to make a giant
Technodrome.
robot in
It's gonna be a
Spaceballs.
sky beam.
It's not
It's
going to
gonna
be a
turn
sky
into that
beam.
nonsense, and
Plus,
I don't wanna see
Apocalypse, I don't know if you watched your own Honest trailer, Andy Signor, but he never uses disintegrating sand. We pointed it out.
He did it once.
Oh, he did it. Oh, he did
He
it once.
decapitated heads once.
He's so dumb.
And in this opportunity, he could do it more
He's
times.
not even cheesy fun. At least Unicron is just a big cheesy 80s robot badass.
Oh,
if you want
mine's
cheese,
way easier. Did you
Unicron.
see that rubber face?
Plus, Skynet is an app.
Yeah, but you didn't even say
It's an
Terminator.
app.
Hold on.
We're the Terminator.
You just said
Hold
plus
on.
Ross like
Are we
the
gonna get the stupid
the robots are gonna have an internal battle with themselves, and then they're gonna go to a retreat,
Ooh.
and they're gonna reconnect with the Rangers with like bongo drums
Okay.
and a fucking campfire. That sounds so boring,
so
Rob.
boring.
First
So
of all,
boring.
you want to talk about boring. Possibly the most boring villain to be seen on screen in the last 5 years is freaking yours. That could not be a more boring movie. He couldn't even spice up the movie that he was in, and you want to give him another one? How the hell does that make any sense?
Because this movie doesn't deserve a good villain. It doesn't even deserve it to be made.
The
Who
only
cares?
movie
Give
in
it
which-
the crap it deserves.
The only movie in which one of the most talented actors of our time was not effective is this movie. Oscar Isaac was only bad in this movie of all the movies he's ever been in.
He was still
and by
good.
the way, he was in Sucker Punch. To you,
He was?
Yes. To you,
Wow.
Unicron was already used so effectively. And talk about not cheesy at all. The 1986 Transformers movie is the furthest thing from cheesy, sir. That character has already been used brilliantly in a movie that is the best iteration of the Transformers that we have ever seen and should not be bastardized at all in this Power
Wouldn't it turn into a
Rangers
space fart
movies.
Skybeam?
Space fart?
It's gonna be a space fart called Skybeam.
It's gonna be an app and a purple raisin. I don't want to see those things on screen
Space
ever
Force
again.
Skybeam.
California
Giant
Raisin, for the
planet
record, sounds
that
like the
eats
most
other
exciting
planets,
villain out of these
then
three
turns
options.
into a big fucking robot. That's awesome.
Imagine
it's not going to be a
Apocalypse
space
like
fart.
sang mid-show, like,
Oh my God.
California dreaming.
The
That adds a
Power
whole other
Rangers
texture I wasn't even thinking.
100% depend on their Zords, and what can Skynet control? Machines. Skynet could take over the very thing that
Oh,
they
That's
Wait,
so
wait, wait,
boring,
wait.
though.
We have to do a
I
shot.
just want to see.
Oh.
She's talking with her hands like a New Yorker.
Okay, drink or shot? Yeah.
She's literally eating a bagel.
You have to.
Skynet proved, I mean, Genesis,
so
Terminator
wish I-
Genesis proved how boring Skynet is.
Skynet's
I don't want to
absolutely
see,
boring.
I want to see the T-1000. I want to see Terminators.
the
But
fair-
you didn't even give us any of those.
By the way, having Skynet means inherently that you're going to have T-1000s and you're going to have Terminators and you're going to have everything that's already associated
Look.
with Skynet. You are going to have the machines involved, and not only that, but Skynet can take over the machines
They're gonna
that
possess
already
the
exist for
Zords.
them.
Look,
And they're
nothing
gonna turn
brings
against them.
nothing brings a caliber of menace like Unicron does. He's a classic. It's a giant planet that fucking eats everything. Like you don't get scarier than that. There's only one thing that can destroy it. The Power Rangers don't have it. How can they beat Unicron? Inside Unicron, there's a giant room where he just picks up smaller things and people from the planet and just drops them into lava.
Okay.
I don't know what it does. It's just terrifying.
Okay, I'm beginning to hear the same arguments over and over again. Everybody gets one more shot to defeat the other person, and then we'll continue.
Look, Joe's is just. It was cool in the movie. It was cool in the animated movie. It's not going to get conveyed the same way in a live action film. My character, Apocalypse, He had the coolest death, I think. Well, that sand scene actually was pretty cool. I'll admit he wasn't great. That's why I'm putting him in this, because I don't think this movie's going to be very great. It looks like The Breakfast Club meets crap. Anyway, but why not put something that makes sense in there and let's amp it up and actually give us the apocalypse we want in the cheesy Power Ranger suit that we're used to. I think that's kind of a fun movie for kids and for idiots.
Okay.
Nothing could bleed life out of this movie faster than adding Apocalypse, which they managed to make the most boring villain in the last 10 years. Nothing could have been a worse choice, Andy, but you're my boss, so it's great. And as far as you're concerned...
I'm not your boss today.
Well, then nothing could have been
I'm
a
the
worse
boss
choice,
today.
Andy. Nothing could have been a worse choice to make this movie less interesting than it already was. As far as yours goes, first of all, you just said it yourself. There's no movie in there because they can't possibly fight him. He is unbeatable. Besides, the character's already been used perfectly. My character, which is Skynet, is beatable, but it's very hard to beat. And Skynet, with the machines and with the T-1000s and taking control of the Zords, using the very thing that they use to win their battles, is turning them against themselves. That is dynamic. That is storytelling at the end.
Mark, this is my final thought.
Okay.
Andy's argument was 90% fart noises. And Roth's argument was that my idea is too good. That's ridiculous. She just keeps repeating this
No.
thing about robots getting possessed and then they find themselves.
Not what happened.
Apocalypse is just boring. Unicron fits with Power Rangers because in other iterations of the Transformers, he's appeared as like a smaller being and then he grows. And what is more Power Rangers than make my monster grow? They fight him as Power Rangers. They fight him with Zords when he gets bigger. And then they do a big cheesy rock number to beat Unicron with, because Power Rangers is cheesy and the 80s Transformers, as much as I love them, you had your final thought, Andy. I love you, but you had your final thought.
looking
and it
at
was
him to
all
see if I'm
fart
allowed.
noises.
He's let me talk over a few times, and the internet has let me know when that happens. So
I was being respectful and raising my hand.
Thank you.
Apocalypse grows, my brother. Remember that scene when he was in the hand?
In a dream! It was in a dream! Fuck you!
I've heard enough. Okay.
Some quick facts on this one before you make your ruling. Oscar Isaac was in Sucker Punch, sadly enough.
He got dental insurance, so...
Skynet isn't an app. Technically, Genesis was the app. And at Not a Cat at All helpfully points out to Joe, isn't Orson Welles dead? So it's
Isn't Tupac dead yet? He's a fucking hologram.
tough for
rapping
him
on
to
stage,
reprise his
Spencer.
role.
Yeah, he
Tough.
Was he on the
Welcome to
Critic for a while?
2016.
He was on the Critic selling fish sticks.
Tupac and Elvis have released more albums posthumously than when they were alive.
Yeah, they got some B-roll at Unicron.
All right, okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to eliminate the bottom person on this one. Unfortunately, Roth, it was you.
Fun!
All I see in a Power Rangers movie with Skynet is the old dial-up, ding ding, and it just seems very ephemeral. If like Neil LaBute was doing the Power Rangers movie, you would have won. But as a big
This is a fake Power Rangers movie. Maybe Neil LaBute is doing
Nope.
it.
That would be
Sorry.
weird.
So weird.
And the Unicron thing, I've never seen that movie. I know the song from Boogie Nights, right?
Yep.
That's the song he sings. From the visual we saw, Unicron was a planet like the Death Star, right?
And he turns into a giant robot.
Galvatron, yeah, he turns into Galvatron.
No, he just turns into a bigger
No?
Unicron.
No, because
Bigger
Galvatron
Unicron.
is Megatron.
Galvatron is voiced by
Megatron.
Leonard
Excuse me.
Nimoy.
Excuse me. Fact check.
I
Fact
really
check.
burped.
Oh, yeah,
Drink.
you very burped.
Oh, you got to stop burping.
So yeah, it's a Death Star that turns into a big robot.
Okay, that could have been a little clearer. If that was a little clearer for the neophytes in the Transformers animated world. Apocalypse, yes, that costume. Oof. And I think his powers were, what does the script need to propel us to the next scene powers?
And decapitating sand.
And decapitating sand. But
Learning.
making an Oscar-nominated actor of that caliber wear basically what looks like a giant
Power Rangers
blue vibrator and make him earn any whatever Oscar Isaac gets paid for his next 10 movies is not enough, because he did that with such sincerity. I don't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going with Apocalypse.
Oh, shit!
The world's most sincere vibrator wins it.
Now, luckily, the fan poll agrees with that pick, so no one needs to take a shot unless you want to.
Yes. Well, I'll take a drink, though.
Oh, okay. Do we have any other facts that we need checked?
There were some
No,
fun
no,
moments
clean
in
round
that.
otherwise.
Okay.
Clean around.
Oh, here's a depressing question.
As if those two weren't.
Should I give the person's handle who gave us this question now that I've insulted them, or should I not? At Dangerland17, it's not about you, it's about the fact that this is real. The question is, the Emoji Movie is in development. So John Mass at Dangerland17 asked us, what non-game smartphone app, not including Skynet, or feature would make the best film? And this time we start with Joe.
So I think the mistake that all these app movies are going to make is they're going to make them
That's
for
a drink.
kids. That's a drink.
It's a tactic now.
It's a shot.
I noticed.
Are we all to drink?
So they're going to make all these movies for kids. Angry Birds, the Emoji Movie is going to be for kids. I think you need to change that up. I think you need to make a sexy, dark thriller about the Postmates app. And for those listening at home, I got a soul applause break from the other side of the
I'll give it to him.
studio.
Well, they're just swatting at a fly. That's not applause.
Postmates. A little man that wears a cape and farts stars, I guess. And stole E.T.'s bike. Delivers you anything you want.
That seat looks like it's 2 knuckles deep.
Oh, Jesus. Mark and Draco, folks.
What happens when a man named, I don't know, Danny, he's doing Postmates to pay his way through college? What happens when the same person mysteriously starts ordering Postmates from Danny? He's always having to go to the same mysterious weird person's apartment. They're kind of turned on by him. He's kind of turned on by them. Where's this going? But he doesn't trust them. They might be a murderer. They might not. They might just be, kind of sexy and mysterious. He keeps having to bring him Postmate stuff. Is he delivering them the things that he's going to use to maybe murder him at the end of the movie? Is Postmates sort of a great Gone Girl sort of flick? I think it is. Postmates. The weird, creepy thriller that comes on HBO at 2 a.m.
Brought to you by the fine folks at Blumhouse.
My turn?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Andy. I was so into the Postmates movie, I was just like visualizing it. Sorry. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Mark.
All right, I'm going Max Landis. I literally am prepping this on the spot. I'm gonna go see how he does this. See if I can just do it. This is all improvisation. Ready? Yelp the movie. Okay, that's the only thing I knew. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. Right, because I want to pitch my app. My app needs to approve this movie, right? All these apps are going to need to approve these movies. You're not going to be able to do it otherwise. So I want to go inside of Yelp. All those critics, those are little characters like Wreck-It Ralph style, right? And they're all thriving to get their reviews heard and get these restaurants rated, right? So they're all got to get their words heard and save some of these restaurants. Now, they have a quota to fill, and they got to be mean to some of these restaurants. It turns out there is a conspiracy, as some restaurants find. But there's one restaurant. They have kids in college. They're just trying to get their kids out and get the world done. They're out of money. The bank's on them hard. And one lone Yelp reviewer has got to do what he can do to rally Yelp together from the inside out to turn this around and get the real life people to come to this restaurant. This is going to be an underdog story to prove the worth of Yelp, and you're going to get this amazing meet these little characters, the little troll guy, the little taco guy, everybody, all the Yelp profiles,
All the characters.
they're all in there.
Troll
Any
guy.
food you want is there. You got taco, you got so whatever. Second chance. Anyway, they're all inside, and they all got to make a difference, and they got to fight for this restaurant. They got to save the business. They got to save it from the bank, and they can do it. Yelp! 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 The movie.
Wow. Follow that one.
I have no idea how that movie works. Like, is the restaurant also
Well, I'll
inside
explain
of the
more,
app?
but I'm allowing you to go, Rob.
All right. So I'm doing Bitmoji, the movie. Here's a movie that we never thought was going to make any
You
sense.
just drew a circle on your card. It was really intimidating.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a
Oh,
circle
that's
at the
Bitmoji.
ready.
That's the worst.
Bitmoji, the movie. It's a movie that we thought would never make sense at all.
Y'all know Bitmoji
was
is a flat
Lego
circle.
movie until it made the most sense ever. You go inside the Bitmoji. This is the scariest thing I've ever driven. You go inside the world of Bitmoji, and
This is how this movie makes me feel
two
already.
Bitmojis. Two two people.
She really
That-
is
that shot-
expressing the movie already.
That shot was longer than the opening of Touch and Evil to get on that
Is this a knockout?
You got that graphic ready yet? No. We gotta get that graphic ready.
She's on the ropes.
car. Do we have the Steadicam ready?
All right, guys. Okay.
No,
You got this? Okay, you got this?
There's two
Okay.
Bitmojis. There's two Bitmojis representing two people in the real world that are flirting with each other using their Bitmojis, which is something that I have seen happen with people we know. And so these two Bitmojis are representing their people. They are the avatars. They're in the Bitmoji world, and they're going through the different realms of Bitmoji, like the Halloween holiday realm. Just like if you could marry Nightmare Before Christmas, Lego Movie, and Wreck-It Ralph, it's going through all of these different realms and coming out. And the
Is the
villain,
poo is the smiling poo a Bitmoji?
yeah, this
No, that's an emoji.
The villain of the piece is Frowny Face Bitmoji, which is one of the realms, and Frowny Face Bitmoji separates them into Sleepy Time Bitmoji, which is another realm.
So
and
he's the Bill
traps-
Cosby emoji.
Yeah, Bill Cosby. Oh. Not drunk enough yet for rape jokes. So he.
Are you ever?
Was there a ceiling for that? Wow.
Is that kind of thing in New York? No.
Yeah.
How about New York?
Because no one else thinks in terms of I've heard enough rape jokes.
Okay. Frowny Face Bitmoji is the villain, puts them in Sleepy Time Bitmoji realm, traps them there so that he's sending negative messages to the two humans. They have to fight Frowny Face Bitmoji and come out of the sleeping realm in order to reignite the romance between the humans outside. Boom, the end.
Okay.
Okay, guys, first of all, here's a Yelp review for you, Andy. The only thing worse than improv is when people announce that they're about to do it. Jesus.
You just did it.
That was like,
Then
oh,
you'd never
my God.
talk, Joe.
No, I have literally never
Wow, that
spoken.
really offended me, Joe.
Ralph, you were the scariest kind of movie executive who just says the names of things we all like and then says, it's like that. You basically just described Inside Out 2. Inside Out is already handling this emotion
That's
stuff.
so
they
not
already
true.
taught us
That's
that sadness is a
absolutely
valid
not the
emotion,
case.
so
This is
sadness
not
should
a
not
valid
be a bad
emotion.
guy in a movie.
No, absolutely not. You talk.
Andy, do you agree? Inside Out already covered this stuff. Am I right?
I mean, I'm not
She's
even taking her
literally
seriously.
stealing from it.
Who wants to watch the Bitmojis? They're the most annoying trend on Facebook I've ever seen in my life.
I don't.
Have you been on
The only
Grindr?
thing I want to watch less than
That would've been a good
Bitmoji
movie.
is a movie about Yelp, where people who think that their own dumb opinions
Here's what I got to say to you, Joe.
are meaningful and useful.
Well, here's the problem, Joe.
Tell
As
me.
cute
Hit
as your
me.
Postmates thriller was, it was very cute. I'll give you that. It
Thank
was very
you.
cute. There is no way Postmates is gonna put together a thriller that shows that Postmates makes crazy people deliver to you. It's just not feasible. We can be as drunk as we want, but you can't get over the fact that Postmates is never gonna greenlit a movie about murderous delivery boys. Like that's just goes against the business model,
When
brother.
you're out of creative gas, your arguments immediately go to what some fucking executive would argue in a room. My Postmates movie is gonna win Oscars. Ben Affleck's probably gonna be in it because he did Gone Girl and he sure was great. Henry Cavill's gonna be in it. Mark Andrico. He's
No
the
Oscars are
Postmates
gonna be won. It
delivery
sounds
boy.
like a second-rate 50 Shades. It's going to be terrible. And Yelp, come on. There's so much to be built here. This is something. This is going to take Yelp to that next
What are
level.
people gonna do in the Yelp movie? They're just gonna write reviews. Your movie is just a series of people that are like.
Did I tell you who's directing it? Mr.
Tell me.
Charlie Kaufman. I'm Elisa, being John Malkovich. We are going to get into the mind of Yelp.
Yes, because there's
We're
nothing
gonna
that
get
Yelp
in the mind
will-
of
Okay,
Yelp.
hold on. Because he threw in a director that wasn't in his initial argument, I'm going to allow you both, real quick, to think of a director.
But
not the
imagine that.
director.
How much credit is he going to bring to this movie?
Okay, my directors are Miller and Lord, who did
Okay.
the Lego
Oh,
movie.
Ray,
And you can
Ray.
see-
You
I
are
don't care.
creatively
Fuck
bankrupt.
you. Oh my God, fuck you. Seriously. So hard today, Joe. And
New York.
Also,
Second day out to New York.
That's New York.
fine.
Oh,
And
man.
as far as Charlie Kaufman goes, I do not think that Yelp wants Puppet Cunnilingus to sell their freaking app.
I'm
sorry.
there.
I
Yeah,
love
who isn't there?
Look,
That's my drag name now.
Anomalisa was one of my favorite movies.
Puppet cunnilingus.
And I say yes to all the cunnilingus, especially the public cunnilingus. But we're talking about
Okay, that's very New York as well.
God damn it!
You want directors?
Drinking.
But your argument was that
I wanted the
his
directors.
movie-
We got time for this. Hold on.
Okay, you
His
got.
movie wasn't going to get made because the app wouldn't approve it. The app is definitely not going to approve.
That
Charlie
wasn't my
What?
question.
Here they are.
My question was, who is the director? Mr. Starr, please.
This is an erotic thriller, and I want someone to go back to their erotic thriller roots, which I think we all want them to do, and that's the Wachowski sisters.
I thought
Bound
you'd go
is a
Paul
motherfucking sexy 2 a.m.
No,
movie.
no.
And that's what this Postmates movie is.
You should have gone
In
Paul
the
Verhoeven.
spirit of Bound. No, I should have gone Wachowski
That would've been
sisters.
good.
I was thinking you were going Adrian Lyne myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
no.
Going
Okay.
that way
No,
too.
going
All right,
full
all right.
Bound.
Who did
Alright.
Single White Female? That was good too.
Barbe Schroeder.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. Final arguments,
thoughts?
guys.
Who's
Final
going?
thoughts. We'll start. We'll go back this. We'll start with Joe and come back this way.
I want something different. We've found Angry Birds bombed. This fucking emoji movie is gonna bomb. Let's stop aiming things at kids. Let's aim things to lonely adults at 2 a.m. because they're the ones that are gonna spend the money to go to the theater to watch this on HBO Go. It's gonna have legs. Postmates, the sexy movie by the Wachowski sisters.
Okay.
You just said that these movies are going to bomb, but your movie is designed to be on HBO at 2 in the morning. So how is that a connected argument?
That's
I just don't
long-term
understand.
success.
No, that's short-term nothing.
Do you know how
And
popular
we're
things
talking
are now
about-
on streaming and
if
HBO
your
Go?
Argument, Joe, if your argument is about the viability financially of the movie, the one movie on this table, whether you think it's creatively bankrupt or not, so is Hollywood, and the one movie that is financially viable and could hit the four quadrants, not just kids, is my movie, and that is the only one. Your movie doesn't even make sense because how does the restaurant even get involved in the thing? It's
movie is
inside of the
just
Yelp
inside
world.
out. Yours is the same problem.
Your restaurant
What
is
the
in
hell
the
are your
outside
Bitmojis
world.
doing?
Absolutely not. They're traveling through the different Bitmoji realms, just like we saw in Wreck-It Ralph, just like we saw in the Lego movie.
How is mine
and
not doing
many
that too?
Because
Your movie is
restaurant
literally inside
involved.
out. Your movie sounds like the most boring
It's
white
so
person movie that's just like, you know,
Inside
the
Out.
coffee here is pretty subpar. Like, that's your movie. Oh my god, I don't want to watch that for an hour and a half.
No.
Mine has mystery in
Okay.
it. And boobs.
All right.
Final thoughts, Team?
Mine is a little inside out. Mine's got you're getting your characters inside this review. Every critic is a character, and you're gonna amplify those critics and those foods to be amazing characters. It's gonna be Pixar level
Now the
stuff,
foods
guys.
are characters?
Yes, I said there could be a taco, whatever, but I'm saying inside.
So you were
inside-
advocating judging these things?
Yeah, the
How very Trump of you.
I told you it's a little bit of a conspiracy.
We've
They
got
admit it.
all the
You're
best
distracting me.
foods.
This is anyway. You're distracting me, and that's a good tactic because I'm drunk. But here's my pitch, Mark.
I heard your pitch
Inside
already.
Yelp, inside of
Don't
Yelp.
turn your back
it's
on me,
Wreck-It
Andy
Ralph.
Signor.
It's Wreck-It Ralph inside
can't
Yelp.
run away
You're
from
getting
this.
these amazing critics.
Enough. Before
All right.
we go to Spencer, I
Yo.
forgot to thank in round one the question about Aladdin came from @JPEG1098. Sorry, I didn't give you credit where
Thanks,
credit was
Jonathan
due.
Peck.
And now to the Spencer cam.
So yeah, lots of people recommending Tinder the movie. I would counter with that is
Oh,
what
shit, that's
porn
a good
is
one.
called. And Joe, your statement that Angry Birds was a flop, that made sadly $347 million on a $73 million budget.
to say that.
People love their Angry Birds.
Did you, Andy?
Andy also said Amelisa when I think he meant Anomalisa.
I know.
Or, yeah. But
I would like
we're
to
getting
see
to that hour.
Combine Amelie and Annalisa.
Yeah.
That'd be the most depressing,
that.
quirky movie of all time. Okay, this one actually, this is a horse race we got going on here. Your movie, when you first started talking about it, Joe, made me think it was like going porny, like Danny does Postmates or
No,
something.
classy.
And then it became a combination of Fatal Attraction meets You've Got Mail, which is kind of interesting. Then the Wachowski sisters, going back to Bound, truly a really, really great movie. The Bitmoji movie, I didn't know what a Bitmoji was until today, thanks to your lovely illustration. And yours kind of sounds like a really depressed singles bar version of Tron meets The Matrix.
That's amazing.
I did like the fact that you had Mr. Upset Tummy. What was the villain's name? Sorry, Frowny Face Moji was an unreliable narrator.
Tommy guy's a good one too.
Was an unreliable narrator. I
He's
like that. That was very
unreliable
Hitchcockian. But then when you went with Lord and Miller, it was like, oh, we have a gothic movie based on a quirky thing from the 30s. Let's get Tim Burton. It was just so on the nose that I already know what that movie looks like, and I kind of don't want to see it. Your movie, the way you started,
Yep.
before you got drunker, at the very beginning of your argument, I was really impressed because I was thinking, This sounds like Robert Zemeckis' Used Cars.
It is.
Or DC Cab.
Yeah, it is.
And it actually sounds like a legitimate real movie. And then you kept talking. And then I thought, oh my God, Nancy Myers is going to direct this. And it's
No.
going to be rich white ladies in pashminas going to
Charlie
West
Kaufman's
Elm.
directing it.
But then you said Charlie Kaufman. So,
But he just said a name. It doesn't fit.
yes, but
doesn't
but
even
but
know
I
who
know
that
I know
He would direct this.
He would not direct that ever.
Did you hear
He
him?
would never direct a Yelp
This
movie.
isn't about reality, folks. This is about the arguments. I'm using your own rules back on you. But before I deliver my final ruling, let's go over to the couch and ask our audience fan member, Danny, what do you think of these three movies?
They're terrible.
I think I've pitched to you before. Okay.
They're terrible.
Well,
Did the audience vote at home?
They did.
can use
but
that if you want.
there's a lot of comments along the lines of what Danny was saying, which is, what the hell are you guys talking about?
okay. Well,
That doesn't help.
well, dogs and cats are friends. We have an orange clown running for president, and I can't believe I'm doing this, but for the third time in a row,
Holy shit.
I'm going with Andy.
Wow.
YouTube is gonna hate this episode.
It's a blowout.
And I'm not that drunk.
Wow. Well, this should make things interesting because the fans voted for Postmates, the thriller, which means Andy needs to take a shot.
No, a shot or I have to do a shot.
I believe you got to
Yeah,
take a
shot,
shot
Oh, man,
as you won
I
that
don't know if I
round.
need anymore. I'm there.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And the table had a shot as well. Ooh.
All right.
We have a paper towel.
Just lick it off. Do your best.
Do not
do
do
your best.
that.
I'm not.
Okay, all right. Round 4.
You have a paper towel? Oh, at some point. No, sorry. I got vodka all over my desk.
That sounds like a euphemism.
Joe's heard me say that a lot.
That was my first interview here.
Nothing.
And by vodka, he didn't mean vodka, and desk definitely wasn't a desk.
No. That's in my Postmates movie.
Oh, so it's a trigger warning movie.
Thank you for bringing me this peanut brittle.
I kind of like the Tinder movie. I just do porn.
Another train wreck.
Wow, okay.
That should have been my argument.
Porn? We could just.
Oh, we could make a point. No, that would be.
I think next time the rule needs to be next time
Only
Roth
HR
uses
would
a
allow that.
tense incorrectly.
What?
We
Porn?
just makes a porn?
How is porn an incorrect tense? It's the thing. It's not even a tense. It's a thing that is.
Your porn might not be tense, but my porn is very tense. Incredibly tense,
My
actually. Kind of
porn's
sad,
super
too.
relaxing. That's what it's supposed to do.
Well,
That's why I'm
we'll
surprised
talk
you
after the
didn't vote
show.
for my movie.
Okay. Oh my God, this is careening wildly out of control. I feel like Sully.
Maybe that should be a drink.
Points!
Drink to that.
Except I don't know how this one's going to
Yeah,
end.
that's also New York.
Yeah.
Wait, you were.
But that's Mark getting New York.
Wasn't New York the name of one of those hookers on the Flava Flav show?
I think so.
I love
know.
New York.
I love New York. Yeah.
And I'm sure she actually wasn't a prostitute. That was my own
Yeah,
opinion.
careful.
I'm not speaking for Defy Media.
for
She was a
libel.
lovely woman. If she's still alive.
Round 4.
Round 4. Wait. Test pattern. The American flag goes up. I'm never coming. Enjoy my final appearance today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
We have a tray with pretzels on it.
Why'd you call it out? I burped.
So you have to drink when you burp.
Okay.
Hang on.
We all do.
Where's the wine? This is just on the ground and I want answers.
Okay.
All right. Enough shenanigans. Let's get back to the seriousness
No,
here.
answer me. What the fuck is this?
It's performance art. Okay. Round 4 is the blind fight. There are 3 cups, a traditional actor.
I think we should get a 6th blind fight ready to go, just in case this goes too quick. It's like, nope.
A traditional actor, a non-traditional actor,
All right.
What is
and
happening?
a title.
Okay.
You will each draw one from each cup and then pitch me the movie, and we'll be starting with Andy.
Who's deciding who's traditional or not?
Well,
cup.
the white patriarchy, of course.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Okay.
I usually make this list, and this is the first time I've been on the receiving end of it, so this is fun.
Ah!
Okay. Traditional.
I don't know what we mean by traditional. I'm
I'm
gonna
not saying
drink.
this out loud.
Someone who'll greenlight a movie.
Okay.
Wait until everybody has them all.
What's your traditional?
A white male, Roth.
Oh,
Or The Rock.
okay.
Or The Rock.
How's this for New York?
No, don't, not yet.
No.
That's very Chris Pratt. He's like Montana, isn't he?
My movie's the fucking best.
Okay, Don, do we want to, how do we want to do this? Spencer, I'm going to get your opinion on this. Should we have them each announce what three they have and then go in?
This?
Or before each question?
I would give them an opportunity. I think Joe sounds pretty confident about
ready.
his. Maybe he
I'm
should
ready.
just go pitch.
Okay, we're just going to start. We're going to start
What?
with...
What's
No,
it?
wait. We're starting with Andy this time.
Okay, ready? My title is called. Sorry, guys. Mine's a romantic dramedy. Okay. Peter Dinklage is a producer. Works at a news station.
He's the non-traditional.
He's just trying to be, a real hero there. Wants to be the big man. I didn't mean that.
See, it's the chair that makes people say stuff. It's not me.
Peter Dinklage is just a producer trying to find his way and just get on top. But his boss is a real B word, and it's played by Nancy Grace. Okay, remember all Nancy Grace, and she's playing a character similar to herself, where she's a very polarizing talent figure. And Peter Dinklage day after day has to wrangle her in. But you know what? As much as they hate each other, there's a secret love brewing. And Peter's got to figure out how to get this woman to fall for him and just be nicer in general.
Yeah.
The film is called Time After Slime. He's gonna find that time. She's always called Slime because she just will report any grub that comes through the office and the hotline.
It's a hotline. The Nancy Grace phone, as it were.
Was that a haiku?
So this is one of those movies that really this will make you smile, and it's called Time After Slime.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Why is Nancy Grace in there? Let's move forward.
I picked it out of a cup.
My movie.
That's how everything gets made in this town. How long have you lived here?
My movie is the actual app movie that we wanted to see, but we didn't in the last round, which is called Swipe Right for Murder.
Also, Roth has not been drinking.
Yeah,
I just want to throw that out.
I'm really drunk. I'm not even. All right.
What's it called?
Swipe right for murder.
Swipe. She's
Swipe right.
revealing the title already. She's not very confident then. Sorry.
Swipe Right for Murder. This is directed by David Fisher, and it stars Jessica Chastain as a hard-nosed detective going after a serial killer who is using the app Tinder to stalk and find victims. And he is going and he is finding the most unlikely. She is going and finding the most unlikely victims.
Oh, I thought we were getting into like Crying Game for area for a minute there, but
We don't know.
You're just drunk.
We don't know.
Okay.
We might be going there. To find the most unlikely murderer who's finding the... I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Michael B. Jordan plays her new partner who is ill-equipped. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm done. I can see the point. I'm too drunk.
Oh, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Never give up. Never surrender.
I am surrendering.
There's no drunken baseball, Roth.
All right,
Finish this
fine.
fucking pitch.
Swipe right for murder.
I've been in worse pitches in a studio, so it makes you feel any better. I've been giving worse ones before, so keep going.
You guys keep interrupting me.
Stop talking.
Okay, Swipe Right for Murder. Jessica Chastain is actually a serial killer who is going after men on Tinder who use it inappropriately to take women home 7-8 different times a day and give them venereal diseases. So it's a little bit of monster that you see in there.
Jesus.
These guys do exist. Michael B. Jordan plays the detective that is going after her and goes undercover to go on Tinder and stalk these women and bring them home. Unbeknownst to him, they meet at a bar separately, find a connection, and maybe there's a little bit of sexual chemistry there. But the trouble is that she has been killing the very type of man that she believes he is, puts her into an internal conflict. Eventually, things escalate. She is faced with a decision to kill him or not. I don't want to spoil anything.
Wait, did you pick from the same cup twice? Because you got two really good actors.
I don't know.
Again, Roth steals from the plot of Inside Out.
Don't worry. We're good.
Joe.
The country is Germany. The time is sometime during World War II. Have a pretzel.
Yes, sir. Two Utah.
Germany's first female SS officer, played by Kate Hudson, runs a training center for the best and the brightest SS officers. Meanwhile, a man brought in to keep up morale in the camp by running a quiz show, played by Alex Trebek. He's there. He's secretly Jewish. And he's doing this to survive. He realizes that him and Kate Hudson have a love connection. They have one hot, passionate night. She gets pregnant. She finds out that he's Jewish. And they start...
She should have found out when they took his pants off.
Thank you, Mark Andreyko.
Drink.
Why are we drinking?
Why are we drinking?
Was that
I just
tough?
made a new rule every time Mark Andreyko is Mark Andreyko.
But get your Life Alert bracelets ready, folks, out there.
Guys, it's quiz show meets Saving Private Ryan meets that Seth Rogen movie where she's pregnant and he has to step up and be a father.
Knocked up.
Knocked up.
What's it called?
Drink. Because I forgot a movie.
What's it
It's
called?
Baby Blitzkrieg.
Baby, oh my God, wow. Wow. Okay, the floor is open. Fight.
I mean, come on. Is there really a fight here? Time after slime. It's adorable. Who doesn't want to watch Nancy Grace turn into someone you love? If someone can pull that off, that's
Wait, Nancy Grace has to pull that off. She's the actress. She's not the character.
She's gonna do it. It's all been an act, Joe. She's a really nice person.
So she's Andy Kaufman?
Yeah, she's been Andy Kaufman his whole life.
I've legit
And
not
this-
seen you this drunk since your birthday.
This is her chance to finally show her true colors. True colors.
Don't say
That's
too
the
much of it, we
song.
have to pay for
At
it.
the end, Peter Dinklage. Hear me out. Cyndi Lauper's True Colors. I'll see a true.
That's enough. We
Peter
have to
Dinklage.
pay.
Wait. Peter Dinklage and Nancy Grace slowly encroaching on each other. They're about to make out. True colors shine. They can look at each other. I see your true color. Looking, they get the spark in that. That's why I love you. And they just come.
Andy, that was the worst Jack Black impression I've
That's
ever
love.
seen in my life.
That's love.
Guys, quiz show meets Saving Private Ryan meets Knocked Up. There's a little bit of comedy. There's Oscar prestige.
How
It's
do
a
you mix
period
comedy and
film.
a war movie.
How? Easily. Guys,
don't
with
help
acting chops like Kate Hudson, who is she is a rom-com veteran, you guys, and Alex Trebek has the dry wit of whatever
English
that
professor.
one comic's name is that's
Drake.
super dry and witty.
Drink.
God, he really forgets a lot. That's a good catch.
I just forgot what my rule was, and I want you to get drunker. Guys, this is about
Burp, drink.
a charismatic quiz show host and a horribly racist woman who's pregnant with this baby trying to just make their way through the world.
Like you
And
do.
isn't that life? Isn't that just, the human condition? And that's what movie making is.
When I was
It's
walking through the
human
death camp
condition.
this morning, I thought that same thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
God.
Oh my, yeah, that's Mark being
Mark
Mark.
Andreyko
Alright,
being
though,
Mark
to be fair,
Andreyko.
Oh my God, Ross saying something in this argument.
Life is beautiful.
Ouch, you're not a dick?
Wow.
He called me a dick earlier. I was just calling him out back. Go ahead, Rob.
I deserve that.
I was actually going to support you with Life is Beautiful as being a comedic war movie.
It is.
Don't do it. It's not. It's really
No, she
depressing.
already
And
did
then
it.
there's also
really
a movie
depressing.
that
Fantastic
takes
film.
place in Serbia that's amazing.
Serbian film? That's like the most unfunny movie
No,
ever.
no, no, this movie is
A film made by Serbians, not a Serbian movie. Good God! Do not look up that movie. Do trust me.
I'm so proud, by the way, to be a part of the
If
last
I
drunk
offend
fight.
you, that movie will
Offended
that movie will sterilize
That should
you.
be on the poster.
Wow. That might be the
I
first time a
really
Serbian
admire
film's come up on movie fights.
Not the last.
Did you finish? Sorry.
No, she's
I'm gonna let
barely
you finish.
started, Andy. Stop being such a dickhead.
I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna eat my coffee.
Okay, so she's Swipe right from her. I actually could be
Ross.
kind of cool, but then she didn't fully commit. So you gotta take notes for that. So I'm gonna go after this quiz show, war movie, comedy, love thing. What every genre in the world's in there, and Kate Hudson. Come on,
This
Kate
is a
Hudson's not
prestige
good for
movie.
this.
Oh, dude, Kate Hudson
Alex
comes from
Trebek.
acting fucking pedigree, dude.
have you
Nancy Grace, she's a non-actor.
Oh,
And
Alex Trebek
I have her Fabuletic sweatshirt dress, and it
Alex
really is
Trebek
amazing.
is not only a veteran of the quiz show
He is. That is the
world,
truth.
and he's playing a quiz show host in this movie.
Yeah, that's not very exciting. My character
but he's also
is
been in
finally
other Sandler
revealing.
movies. He's a proven comedic
Don't you want to
asset.
see Nancy Grace finally reveal that she's not Nancy Grace?
She
It's all been
already
an act?
did that, Andy.
wait,
I don't want to
wait.
pay money to go see that.
Let's hear the lady speak.
Roth?
Alex Trebek is an actual vortex of comedy. Like, I
Yes.
have no
She's
idea
right.
what you just
To
said.
be fair,
That's
Roth
where
just
jokes
said
go to die.
Alice Trebek is a vortex
that's
of
where jokes
comedy.
go to
I'm
die.
talking
I know
about
what you
Alex Trebek.
Alex and his wife, Alex, both.
That is where jokes go to die.
This
Is
is the
Alex
saddest
Trebek.
drunk fight.
Alex Trebek is the least funny person on the planet. That
It's
is
true.
an absolute fallacy in your argument. I have to say,
No, he's the straight man
the idea that
to
Nancy
rom-com
Grace,
veteran Kate Hudson. Can you deny that Kate Hudson has been in a fuck ton of rom-coms?
She has
She
done that.
knows what she's doing.
Fool's gold.
This is
Yeah.
this is beginning to feel like the saddest bachelor
Ghosts of
party in
Girlfriend.
Orange County, Acapulco ever.
I like the idea of
All right.
Nancy Grace as Andy Kaufman.
Okay, final arguments.
But she's not. She's just a piece of shit. We already knew that. I don't want to pay money to go see that. What I will pay money to go see is a World War II movie / quiz show movie where two people fall in love, overcome their differences, defeat racism, and live happily ever after raising their child.
Okay, Roth, final words.
I will say that my movie is truly the only one that actually makes any sense and has a through line and has a beginning and middle and end.
Mine
that
actually
makes
matches
any
its title.
sense, that could work and that isn't completely outside of the realm of reality where Nancy Grace is anything but the slime. She could never be after the slime.
Hey, Mel Gibson's new movie's getting great reviews, and he's pretty slimy too. So
Yeah, but she is what she is, and if she's in a movie, she should only be playing Nancy Grace.
okay.
There's so many dots up there.
Andy also had an edible.
Those mushrooms were for after the show.
What's my movie called? Time After Slime. It's
Did you
cute.
tell Mark about when you sang Kiss from a Rose at your birthday?
Da-da-da. He's just trying to distract me. Time for Slime is a delightful title. It has Peter Dinklage and Nancy Grace showing her true colors. They kiss. They love each other. It shows that anyone can find love.
Okay, all right.
He just repeated my pitch.
Okay. So, this Peter Dinklage Nancy Grace movie, I could almost see it being made because Jerry Springer had a movie made at one point.
Ringmaster, yep.
Yeah, so that's not that's not within the realm of impossibility, and
I've had 4.
and I actually not to show favoritism, but I came up with a tagline for your poster.
Oh, yeah?
It's her in profile and him in profile, and the tagline is "Sometimes size doesn't matter."
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
That's not going to sway my vote, though.
Is
Let me
it-
finish.
is
Let me
it
finish.
cute?
Mark, I'd love to hear the
awful.
taglines
Is it
from the
kinda
other
awful?
contestants. I think they should have a chance to
Give
pitch a
them
tagline.
taglines too.
Agreed.
I should give
Let
them
them
taglines?
pitch
Oh,
a
do you have a
tagline.
tagline, guys?
On
No, I want Mark's tagline.
on
Oh,
par
yeah, I
with
do
she'll
too.
report any grime on the hotline. I want to hear someone
Come up
say
with the
that.
tagline for Baby Blitzkrieg.
Did I say that?
The tagline for Baby Blitzkrieg is "She did not see that coming."
Points.
Swipe right for murder.
Swipe right for murder?
Sad, lonely people. But Swipe Right for Murder is actually a title that I could see some like Paramount. That was the kind of movie Paramount made in the 80s.
It sounds
That was-
real Agatha
it-
Christie.
It does, if she was alive and if she wasn't spinning in her grave over the fact that we would call something Agatha Christie's Swipe Right for Murder. And it reminded me of Sea of Love. I don't know if you remember the movie that put
do.
Ellen Barkin on
Yeah.
the main stage
was
with
very hot in that
John
movie.
Goodman and Al Pacino back when he still cared. And
It
you
was
got
all about
and
sex.
of these movies you have the best two actors. So I think you might have drawn from the traditional because you got Jessica Chastain and Michael B. Jordan.
We think maybe that's what happened, yeah.
But that's
Hey,
okay. That's
that's
okay.
fair.
That's
We're
okay.
drunk.
Hey, that's okay.
Smart move.
And Kate Hudson is an SS officer. If she gets to design her own Fabletics SS uniforms, that could be really cool.
Which she does.
But is there? What is Alex Trebek doing? Is there
He's-
like Death Camp Bingo? What is
He's
the-
literally hosting like Nazi officer Jeopardy. He's
That's
like
Mark
the
being Mark.
USO. He's a USO act.
But it's SSO.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
SSO.
Okay.
He's Captain America.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like that Jerry Lewis movie, The Clown That Cried, or Life is Beautiful.
Which is one of the most sought after films to see in the fucking world.
I
Weekend Draco.
saw a staged reading of it. Patton Oswalt did them years ago, and I saw a
leaked.
stage reading of the entire script. I don't think we ever need to see the movie. The stills are enough. But then you brought up Life is Beautiful, which in my mind is the worst.
She
No, it
did.
was him.
Don't
No,
put that.
she did, but he embraced it. He embraced it. He embraced it.
Embrace it.
He embraced it.
I
It
believe
was like
Joe.
Chris Christie embracing Trump. It wasn't
Yeah,
real,
it
but
was
it was sincere.
It was ugly,
Um,
Joe.
And Life is Beautiful is notorious because Roberto Benigni, who went on to make Nothing, beat out,
Pinocchio.
like I said, Nothing, went on to win the Oscar for Best Actor over Ian McKellen in Gods and Monsters, which is absolutely a travesty. So ultimately, it comes down to
He's making a mockery of you right now,
no,
Mark.
I'm not. It's fine. It's only fair. I
Can
do
we
that.
take a moment?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm taking my job seriously, unlike him when he judges me. I'm being me. I got a drink.
There you go, drink.
I hope anyone watching this is having as much fun as we're attempting to
I'm having
have.
fun.
Okay,
Here's
good.
the
So
Fair.
excited to be a part
Doesn't
of the
matter
last
what they
drunk
think.
movie fight.
So this one comes down to between Roth and Andy, and ultimately it comes down
We do that
to.
every time.
It comes down to Roth and Andy?
Yep.
Roth didn't talk.
Well, you had Kate Hudson, so you
I
ultimately.
drew
were-
it from a mug, Mark Andreyko.
Fate is not kind. Some people are born with.
Nancy Grace and I made it work.
Did you?
But that's where the downfall comes. Ultimately, her cast in a movie called Swipe Right for Murder.
Cheated into the pool of
I
mugs.
did, it was an accident. I swear to God, it was really an accident.
She's barely coherent. She didn't cheat on purpose. So
Andy's arguing with the judge. That's a drink.
Oh, man, that's the first time it happened. Wow, that's impressive. Good for me.
So I gotta say, the movie that I would like to actually kind of see that I
I've
think
been
it-
drinking from a cup that was also full of potato chips, and I just realized it this whole show, and you just give this to Roth?
Does that count? He's arguing with the judge too. I'll drink.
That's ridiculous, Mark Andreyko.
So who wins? Roth?
Roth. This will go to Roth.
Yeah, that's not that.
Ooh, how many more
after
questions?
slime.
One more. Thank
Oh,
God.
I didn't go to the Spencer camp. For any fact checking.
Not too many fact checks except.
JT's drunk too. I saw that. I'm not that drunk.
Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace was in Batman v Superman, so she has a long
Yeah.
acting pedigree.
Yeah, it's all an act.
I wish I could have remembered the name of that film.
Yourself.
And Missy
Yeah.
Pyle did a great job playing her in Gone
Missy
Girl.
Pyle.
Yeah.
Oh
Which
my
is
God,
amazing.
that was incredible.
All right.
Well, okay. Ooh.
Roth, well done.
No, it wasn't.
Did you win that?
Yeah, she got it.
Oh, well done.
I literally conceded the point halfway through. I've
A
never
win's
been worse in my
a win's a
life.
win. Nobody remembers how much you won by.
Take it
It's
up.
just a win or a loss.
Taking the win.
Okay. The next question is, and this I didn't write this one. What two actors who have never done a sex scene together would share the
Oh,
most memorable
this is a
sex
bad
scene?
idea.
And let me give you a little prologue to this one. When I read that question, actors to me is a gender neutral term, so I thought people were going to say Angelina Jolie and
Oh, well,
Channing
don't spoil
Tatum.
it.
The first round of the answers for this are almost all man-on-man action, and
that's-
I'm not
that's
a contestant. So,
That's beautiful.
and we are going to start this round with the winner of the previous round, Miss Roth.
Okay. The movie with Tilda Swinton and Jonathan Rhys Meyers, who you guys, oh good, there he is. You guys might know best from Titus Andronicus. Just kidding, from The Tudors. Okay, so the name of the movie is Transition. They are intergalactic sex assassins working for rival political factions. They are assigned to kill each other, and their species can switch gender at will. The reason that they can switch gender at will is because there was a time previously in their history that one gender was too elevated in the population. No one really remembers which one it was at this point. So the downside of their particular nature is that they can go into overload with their pleasure centers and die. And so they are sent to kill each other from sex. So they have a sex scene in which they are switching genders every few minutes inside the sex scene in order to try and overload the pleasure centers and to send each other into a series of orgasms that will ultimately kill them. So sometimes it's two men, sometimes it's two women, sometimes it's a man and a woman. They switch all the time. I don't want to spoil it with who wins.
Holy shit.
The
Why?
IFC is on the phone. They want to buy that now. Joe, follow up the intergalactic sex assassins who fucking until they explode.
Oh, you want me to follow up a sex scene so boring she had to give it a weird plot?
Wow.
I will. First of all, let me say I am the only person here that didn't change their answer 17 times today. And this was my answer before I knew Mark Andreyko was judging. That's not
Ow.
true. I don't know why I said that, Mark.
Ow.
Liar.
Yeah,
Is it
no,
burning?
this
You
is.
okay?
You okay? You good? I'm good. Is this a tactic?
Do you want some water?
Is this a shitty Andy move?
I love you so much. Please continue.
Joe's turning into me. It's so cute.
Oh my God.
Look what I've created.
It's like,
not
Russian,
gonna lie.
it's like Russian nesting dolls.
Maybe the nicest thing that anyone's ever said to me.
You've had a hard life, huh?
Smart guy. Smart guy.
Okay.
Interior. Downtown
Who-
apartment.
Do we know who the stars are yet?
You're about to.
Okay.
Kurt Russell with his tombstone mustache
He did this on purpose. He knows how I feel about him.
and Big Trouble in Little China tank top. Are you saying that this would make this the most
Oh, just
memorable
pitch.
rough?
No, I'm not.
Kurt Russell taking a bath, clawfoot, antique bathtub.
I can visualize that. That's really descriptive.
In comes
Bubble bath or no?
strategic bubbles. We don't want to blow our wad.
We do, though. It's a sex scene.
Few enough bubbles to see the Big Trouble tank top logo. You know, you do that fan service because that.
Strategic Bubbles, by the way, is my second choice for a drag name.
Can Mark and I just have a Screen Junkies Plus show where we just say weird shit?
No.
All right.
What do you think we're doing?
That's how pitches to Andy go.
No.
No.
Enter Henry Cavill.
No.
Home from work.
So boring.
Beautiful suit. Already
yeah.
sweating. It's summer.
Oh, yeah.
It's hot out. He's already glistening a little bit. He comes in and he says, I didn't know you were already home. Kurt Russell says, with his tombstone mustache, I am. Get in this tub, you cur. Henry Cavill. Without removing any of his clothes,
Oh.
gets in the tub.
Yeah.
Starts to kiss Kurt Russell, who, again, just to cement it, has his tombstone mustache.
There goes Middle America.
Yeah, can I argue, though,
They
already?
kiss.
No, I haven't even gone yet.
Fuck you, I'm setting the
Slowly.
scene.
These rounds slowed down a lot.
Mark, good thing I did that first one in 35 seconds, because we're going to go long.
Mark, if you break eye contact with me while I finish pitching this is fucking rigged. Hey, sweetie.
Here.
All right, let them have this moment, Rob.
Henry Cavill gets in the tub. Sploosh. We get some water over the tub. It leaves. They kiss. It's slow. It's tender. They take their time. These are two experienced men. Henry Cavill, soaked, expensive suit pressing
His
against his
eyes.
body.
Slow pan.
The oil from his hair just soaking into Kurt Russell's mustache.
It's kind of gross, but okay.
These are two men who know every inch of each other.
How many inches exactly?
Which one?
I wouldn't say no to either, but Superman. In inches, not metrics. That's that British thing. I don't know what that
No,
means.
sure, that's fine. Just under 7.
It's okay.
But it's not about the size, is it, Mark?
No, just like the Peter
It's
Dinklage
about the full
Nancy Grace
package.
movie. Sometimes size doesn't matter.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Joe, there you are with Kurt.
This is a scene.
It looks like senior class pictures where you're like in profile behind yourself. Amazing.
This is a scene about one of the greatest actors of all time having his way with a beautiful piece of meat, who then cooks fake eggs with him after climax. This is Kurt Russell and Henry Cavill.
Okay.
Mark
I mean,
Andreyko.
come on. That was the most pandering bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Right? All right, you gotta hear mine out, right? All right, so don't show my photo yet. This is a real love story, all right? All right.
Better fucking have a tub in it.
Stars Brad Pitt as a celebrity. He's afraid of coming out of the closet.
Oh, boo.
He just broke up with Angelina Jolie. This is really Brad Pitt playing Brad Pitt. He really wants to be with men. And so lo and behold, he finds this guy. He finds this guy he admires. He's a comic book writer named Mark. It's played by Channing Tatum. Let's look at the photo. Channing Tatum is there.
I look like Channing Tatum when he's not filming, when he doesn't have the trainer, when he's like, fuck it, I'm going to drink beer and eat steak.
This amazing, wonderful, proud, gay comic book writer named Mark.
I'm taking points away from you at this point.
He's just trying to make a living. And there's Brad Pitt, who wants to have his first time, right? And so this is an important moment because there's a lot of closeting in Hollywood. This isn't funny. This is really for real. So this moment,
closeting.
Let's get to this moment because Mark, as a gay man, knows there's a lot of that in this town. We got it, and it's hard. It's hard for big celebrities to come out and be out and proud.
My publicist advised me against it.
Right. So, but I mean, kudos to this man for doing it. This is a story just like you. It's completely. I didn't even think of the parallels, Mark.
That's how drunk we are. He believes I have a publicist.
I didn't. The parallels are uncanny. I was just spilling because I wanted to tell a good story. But anyway, the parallels are crazy. But Mark, here he is.
How
Finally,
convenient.
Brad is like,
It's weird that you're just spilling now, but Mark spilled for my pitch.
So there's Brad and Mark, and they're together. And he's like, I want you to be my first, but I know this is a big deal. But this is not. It's not just me. There's so many of us in this town who don't get to come out. And so here we have this moment where finally he talks Mark into making love to him. And he's surrounded by all these men. Look. Ryan Gosling. Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, come the fuck on!
I want that to be the new Screen Junkies t-shirt.
Ryan Reynolds. They are welcoming him into this community and say it's okay for you to love. It's okay to love. And Mark and Brad Pitt make sweet love in front of these shirtless men. It's called The Power of Love.
It's called Bring a Mop.
Hey, Mark, do you want a story about a guy who just uses Mark Andreyko for sex?
Yes, I do actually.
But refuses to come out publicly?
If I get approval on who pays that part, absolutely. I've been saying this for
Or
years.
do you want a story about two men who know what they want, who know how to please each other?
Let me tell you where you went wrong, Joe. Okay.
Tell me, Roth.
I'm going to tell you exactly where you went wrong. Before Henry Cavill got in the tub, because I was paying attention.
He was wearing his clothes.
He was wearing his clothes. Why did
thinking?
he not take his clothes off?
That
before
man is
he
a
got-
god.
That man is an Adonis. Why
Hey, Mark,
would you
what
not
was I
take
thinking?
off all of his clothes?
He was thinking, did you
had
see
it
the
in the
scene from
bag.
Batman vs. Superman, the extended Ultimate Cut, when he's
Wait,
in
is
the
he
tub?
naked in that?
No, but he takes his shirt off and his jeans are wet.
It ain't too bad, is it, Mark?
I want to be reincarnated as those jeans. I think you might as well.
Is it fair to say that you remember that scene, Mark? That it's
tell you-
pretty
let me
fucking
tell you-
It's
memorable?
imprinted on my DNA.
Let me ask you this, Mark. Would you rather see that, or would you rather see Henry Cavill slowly disrobe, present himself to his lover?
You're still describing my scene,
No,
Roth.
I'm
This
not,
is working
because
perfectly.
You didn't do it, and that's why it doesn't work.
Is this how Hugh Hefner feels?
Yeah, we are talking
Yes.
about slowly disrobe.
Oh, but mine has slow
present
distrobing too.
himself-
Roth,
Yeah.
you can't fight this. I know how
I
obsessed
can,
with Kurt
but-
Ladies
Russell
and
you are.
gentlemen, this is why we need a Democratic
Yeah.
president. These conversations will not happen
Let me
under a
ask-
Trump regime.
Mark, come here.
Let me ask you this.
Oh, no.
Let me ask you
Oh,
this.
no.
This is unfair.
No,
How is Joe gonna go? Yeah.
Now it's getting really weird. Final arguments.
weird.
Final arguments. You've all
It's getting
painted.
weird.
You've all painted visual pictures.
Joe takes himself out of the running for failing to get him naked the end
Yes,
forever.
agreed.
Period.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but yours just got so insanely convoluted. I didn't even know what was happening at the end. We were talking about the most memorable sex scene ever. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers is possibly this is him in sex. He's the weirdest, sexiest guy ever. You look at him and you're like, I don't know what it is. I'm probably gonna regret it, but I want to get on it right now.
Roth, there's
It's
nothing
going
less sexy
to be memorable.
than having to
Jonathan
describe how
Weird,
sexy a
maybe.
man
no,
is.
no. And we are fighting for the most memorable sex scene in a movie ever. The fact is that this movie includes a sex scene which has two people taking every possible position in sex ever created together at once.
Wait, I didn't get to have a final argument.
Nor did I.
But you had an extra visual, so it all balances out.
I didn't get a final
I had a
argument.
really good one. Go.
You
got
told.
Photoshop.
You told.
Do you want? She talks about this. We're gonna get naked right away. My scene is about two men. They each know what their partner wants.
Henry,
Mine's
yeah,
about
they
like
want
six
to
men
travel
and the
naked.
importance of everything.
This is not about.
Hers is like
come out. Blah
Joe,
blah
get me
blah.
right. Hers is like that Simpsons porn.
No.
where you
I don't even
wanna see
remember.
that. You're like, what is
People are
this?
memorable. I don't remember who she was arguing. I don't.
What's that not? This is the most
Remember that
memorable
live action
Kurt
Simpsons
Russell and
porn
Henry
where they're all
Cavill?
painted in yellow, having sex with each other?
I feel like Judge Judy. Shut up.
Wait, I do want
No,
Andy to say
shut
his
up.
last sentence.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Wow, this was quite possibly the weirdest thing I've ever been a part of.
Can we show my final image again?
Not in a bad way, but it's weird.
You know you want to see
That is going to be the Gay Pride LA poster for 2017.
Nothing
And it
hotter
should
than
be.
shitty Photoshop.
I should have been working instead of making that, but I made that.
Oh, nothing says Gay Pride like shitty Photoshop. So.
Did you just try to seduce Mark Andreyko with MS Paint? You son of a bitch.
Photoshop.
Okay.
He's classier than that.
Okay. I'm going to start with Andy.
Yes.
Andy's movie.
You'd watch the shit out of it.
I would, but I don't think it's actually a movie. I think it's actually pornography. I think it's like a men.com XXX parody thing. While it might be enjoyable, it lacks narrative heft. And you accuse him of pandering with Henry Cavill, and then you name a character who fucks Brad Pitt after me. So
I also used the publicity still of Mark that I photoshopped.
the rules should be the rules for everyone. So if that's pandering, yours is really pandering. Yours was great. I never thought I would hear a Titus reference on Movie Fights, which is a crazy Julie Taymor movie.
I love it.
Based on the Shakespeare play, which is the Shakespeare equivalent of Friday the 13th. It's an insane movie with Anthony Hopkins, Jonathan Rhys Myers, Jessica Lange.
Yeah,
It's a great movie. So you got points for that.
Julie Taymor at her best.
Yeah, well,
Well,
we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
Intergalactic Sex Assassins, I think, says it all.
Yeah.
That sums up the movie. And when you said they switch genders and you flash back and forth, I thought of Sense8, the Wachowski sisters
Yeah.
show, which is that's so. But then you had Henry Cavill.
Damn it. But he wasn't naked.
You know, you had the strategic bubbles, which were all, as a comic book writer who sometimes writes suggestive scenes, you have to be strategic with the props. So
I'm realistic.
So strategic bubbles works. The clawfoot tub, I was seeing sort of like a Deadwood, Westworld gay porn vibe going on. The age difference between Kurt and Henry is a little less than the age difference between Henry and myself, so that gives me hope. Use the word cur, points for the word cur, anytime
you.
someone talks like Conan. But he was dressed.
I mean, at the start of the scene.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
he
you
was
never
dressed, you got
once,
him in
even
the
when he got
bun.
in the tub, you never once said he unbuttoned his shirt, revealing his
But Rolf
broad,
didn't even
hairy
describe
chest.
sex. She just
Yeah.
described the
No.
plot of a
Did
movie.
get you with
But
those
you
wet
had,
jeans, though.
You had Henry
I brought up the
Cavill.
wet jeans.
You
Yeah,
had-
but you remember that scene.
But not because of him, because of the Ultimate
I think he
Edition.
was trying to mimic
That's
that
where I
scene.
was taking you.
No.
So one question: how was your movie shot? Is it
He's still thinking. I love this.
How is my movie shot?
is it 3D? Is it 70 millimeter?
He's
Is
basically-
it
Is it like the porn
That's
mic?
Is it one of
fascinating
those
question.
vibrating seats that you pay $35 for? Yeah.
Oh my God, I have all of the options in the world. Okay. It
have
is shot
3
by
seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Lubeski. It is shot by Lubeski. It is incredibly hot but artistic. I would reference back a little bit to Bound Not to Steal From You, but yes, that is somewhat of the style. It is 70 millimeter. There is no 3D version. I'm sorry.
It's not 3D. It's going to you.
Wow.
Whoa!
For no 3D.
Holy, didn't see that coming.
Yours was so weird and so cool that if
wanted
you
to
had
be
said
in there.
3D, that would have pushed it right over the edge.
Well, that's
So
not
it's
about the
3-1-1.
arguments.
Wow. So the fans gave that to Brad Pitt and Channing Tatum, which means Joe's got to take a shot.
Take a shot.
Wait a minute. So that means we're
It's a
at
tie.
3-1-1. It's a tie between Joe and Roth to see who goes into the final round with Andy.
I need a speed round question.
What do we do
What?
now?
Give him one speed round question to
can't
see
look,
who
though.
goes into the
You
into
should
the
have
finals.
you should have extras down here.
Do I get to pick which extra?
Yeah, these are your 5 speed round questions. I mean, these should be extras. You need 5
Rough
speed round
Cornet.
questions.
I adore
Number
you.
1 or 2?
pick,
Let's do number 1.
Okay, so we're doing the
Time.
20 seconds and then 10-second rebuttals,
And
correct?
will you guys call
You'll hear a ding when the time's
yeah.
up.
Okay, ready?
So you have to
Hollywood's best, Dave or David?
What?
name a Dave or a David.
Hollywood's best Dave or David. Actors?
Hurry up.
What?
Or any David. You can be a director.
Is there anybody else?
Well, this one flopped, so let's move on.
Hold on.
No, the judge said let's move on.
Really?
I know, this is the move on. Can we do question 3?
Yeah, you have it in your face. They don't need anything.
The first 2 tiebreakers, don't look at the bottom.
Okay.
You have tiebreakers.
All right. Best speech in a movie. Don't drink and drive, kids.
Wow.
Oh, it's so drunk. It's so drunk right now. See, the thing is, there's the speech.
Name a speech,
truly
you guys.
think is
Name
the
someone who
best
talked in a movie.
speech in a
Or
movie,
David.
and I know
Someone named
this
David
guy-
who talked in a movie.
This guy is not going to go for it. But I don't fucking care.
Go for it.
It is Deep Blue Sea. It is Sam Jackson. I don't care.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's let Joe.
Joe's.
All right, 5.
It's the freedom
4,
speech in Braveheart.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
Congratulations.
We have a fight.
Roth, go ahead.
The Sam Jackson speech in Deep Blue Sea is so freaking underrated. Yes, it is a comedic moment. I saw this movie in a packed theater in Harlem, where in the middle
Drink,
of
she got New
God
York.
damn it, I got
Hold
New
on,
York.
give her more time. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm adding a few seconds, but keep going.
I saw this movie in a packed theater in Harlem where, when the moment happened, when the shark came out and bit him and brought him down, the whole world knew that every speech that came before was just Hollywood bullshit.
Miss Clinton, your time is up.
Hillary hangs back.
This
dude.
is a speech that redefined a genre. People refer to speeches in movies like this as a Braveheart speech. It's been parodied, which is this most sincere form of flattery. They may take our lives, they may never take our freedom. Hers is not about the speech, it's about the punchline. It's about the shark. This is Mel Gibson at his top form.
And you're talking about the movie that takes down every speech like this movie, that takes itself too seriously, that is self-serious, that doesn't understand that it is bullshit in the end because that never happened.
Final thoughts, Joe?
Begins when he starts speaking.
Let him go.
This is an award caliber speech by an award caliber actor. Hers is a fine speech that relies on the punchline. You remove the shark, which has nothing to do with the speech.
You repeated yourself.
All right.
You repeated yourself.
Because it's the only
You
point I
repeated
need
the
to
only
win,
argument
Roth.
that you had.
Hey. Shut up.
Tough, huh?
This is tough because I have
Drink.
I got him to do it.
Oh! I'm taking a point away from him? Now we have to drink again because that was me being me. Oh, shit.
Shit.
I need more pineapple juice.
By the way, I gave people the fingers, so I got New York.
So, I am not a fan of the movie Braveheart. I am not a fan at all.
That's fair. It's about the
I
argument.
enjoy Deep Blue Sea.
Trying to get pineapple juice.
He's still alive, ladies and gentlemen.
These chairs are high, sir.
And you both gave very, very passionate arguments. But ultimately, it came down to a very specific thing that you even acknowledged. The speech in Deep Blue Sea is not about the speech. It's about the moment of this pretentious, let's all fight, let's go save Private Ryan. It's about the jump scare of the shark. That's what makes it memorable. And even though I find Braveheart to be one of the worst films to ever win Best Picture, the speech in that movie is the center point of that movie. So, by the most razor thin of margins, it's going to Mr. Joe Starr.
I'll take
Wow.
All right.
it. No. Come here.
Oh, you guys gonna have
Love
sex?
you.
I love you too.
It was as close as
No,
could possibly be. It was as close as could
I
possibly
could not
be.
win to 2 more worthy opponents. I'm super drunk.
No one can name a Dave.
I'm so glad I did not have to argue David Hyde Pierce.
Honestly,
David Letterman.
I was thinking, oh, fuck. I was like all that was
All right, what's next?
reverie with Dave Franco.
Okay, it's the
So,
speech.
It was just,
It's,
and I couldn't do it.
It's 3-1, you guys.
Do we have any
David
Spencer,
Wayne?
do you have
What's
anything
up?
to contribute? Any facts?
up.
Any information?
No,
any
it's for
trivia?
Joe. He's like his favorite.
I think
David Wayne.
let's just crash this train. It's 3-1, Andy.
Oh, it's on fire.
Yeah,
It's crashed already. There's a couple people that can be rescued, but they're probably going to die.
They all stopped watching, right?
Happy 2-year anniversary to Movie
Yeah, 2
Fights, you guys.
years! High fives! Yeah! We did it!
We ended it!
We killed drunk movie fights.
We killed movie fights, Mark and Draco. Jesus
Awesome.
Christ.
Okay, the
missed a
bargain
lot.
bin. So,
Oh, I gotta walk up there. Oh,
two
shit.
movies, 2 DVDs are going to pop up on the screen. You gentlemen,
It's me
first
versus
one in.
Joe.
You-
High five.
Andy versus
Let
Joe.
everybody win. You know I fuck up here.
Ready? Pull up the visual.
Oh shit.
Supergirl
Howard
versus
the Duck?
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
I said Howard the Duck.
You
You questioned. You said.
I said it.
Well,
out
you said
loud.
Howard the Duck.
you were verifying what the movie was.
Tough to tell. Tough to tell.
I would say that you said it like, is that Howard the Duck? Not. I guess I'm choosing Howard the Duck.
Whatever. I was like Howard the Duck.
Ken, what?
I go in.
Oh,
wasn't
okay,
yeah.
okay.
That
Well,
was
I
my
guess
intent. I'm not trying to cheat.
We did not have inflection in
Right,
the
that's
question,
true.
so I guess technically you did
I
say
was
other.
confused because
Okay.
I'm like, those both suck.
Okay, ready?
Oh,
Andy?
so I gotta go first.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, here's what I gotta do. Howard the Duck, right? Duck boobs. I mean, that was a life-changing moment, people. As a kid, you see boobs on a duck and you just go, "That's possible? This is a real thing." I mean, how can you deny that? Supergirl doesn't have anything like that. Duck boobs made so many children just question everything, which is so great for the rights of animals.
Somebody make a duck boobs gif right now. And your wife's making you sleep on the couch when you get home. Okay, Joe?
The only thing Howard the Duck has
Oops,
going.
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
The weird thing is that was manual. I don't understand how that happened. The only thing Howard the Duck has for it is how shitty it is. And if I want to watch a shitty movie, I'll just watch The Room. It succeeds in that goal better. Supergirl is easily the third best Superman movie, which ain't bad after Superman 1 and Superman 2. I'll give it that caliber. Howard the Duck, there are better shitty things to watch. Supergirl is at least the third best of a super franchise.
Hold on.
Do they get final thoughts on this
Yeah.
one?
I get another 10 seconds, but it's when I stop. Hold on a second.
Okay. Is it weird that I own both of those?
Not at all.
What's better shitty than the guy from Ferris Bueller who's awful and a duck that's a human, all the crazy shit that goes down? Supergirl's an awful movie, you even said it. It's the third best. I'd much rather watch the only Howard the Duck adaptation we can get that has duck boobs. That's the shittiest weird you get.
The third best Superman movie is still pretty fucking good after Quest for Peace. If I want to watch a shitty movie, I'll watch Quest for Peace. Howard the Duck does not succeed in the shitty movie genre, and that's the only thing it has going for it. Supergirl.
Wow.
No, you can use them for help.
Fan on the couch, Danny, what do you think? Have you seen both of these awful movies?
I've seen Howard the Duck, but not Supergirl.
He saw the duck boobs.
I did see the duck boobs. And I'm kind
Did it move when you saw them?
Kind of disappointed that Joe didn't bring up the fact that there was incest. Or bestiality, not incest.
Yeah, he didn't.
So I have to go with Andy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not just gonna fucking judge people for what they're into.
Well, we're going to have to drink on this because this one is legitimately tough. Sorry. And believe me, I don't want to drink anymore. Duck boobs. Yeah.
Duck boobs.
That movie. That movie
Now, if
had.
you had done that, I just would have quit.
Yeah, if you had sung duck boobs to the Thomas Dolby Howard the Duck theme, which I owned on the 12-inch
I'd go
remix
DuckTales,
of it.
for sure, yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
what
okay. But ironically,
This is so.
But ironically, both of these movies, the Duck Boobs and Howard the Duck, and Faye Dunaway and Supergirl, I think both helped make me gay. So, but for entirely different reasons.
Based on the arguments.
Based on the arguments. Well, actually, based on the arguments, if you had brought up Thomas Dolby, I still own the Howard the Duck soundtrack on vinyl.
Yeah,
because the
good
Thomas
throw.
Dolby
I couldn't
song
think
is
of it.
actually
It's
a
cloudy
big,
up there right
fun,
now.
stupid song to dance your ass off to. But legitimately, Supergirl probably is. Well, you forgot the Cavill one. But Supergirl is actually
In that
era, Supergirl has aged really well, and that ultimately was that. Once again, this is choosing.
Fair enough.
So the point goes to Joe. So it's 2 to 3.
Two to
to
three. I'm
3.
talking about those duck boobs, though.
We all remember it.
It was a thing.
Duck boobs. Woo!
If you had just sung a DuckTales parody about duck boobs, I would have just quit my job.
Okay.
I would
All
have
right,
gone
number
back
two.
to temping because
Number
you won
two.
that hard.
What are we going up to? Do we if
First to 5.
Spencer's sober.
First to 5.
first to 5? Okay,
Yeah.
so Andy is at 3, Joe is at 2. Question number 2 for the speed round is your very first favorite movie as a child.
Big Trouble in Little China.
You're so goddamn young.
Wow.
I remember the original Birth of a Nation.
There are pictures of me as a kid with a.
Your favorite movie as a kid, the first movie you thought was your first favorite movie.
How old is a
Qualify
kid?
this, Ken.
Your first favorite movie as a sentient being.
E.T.
Okay.
Wow.
Joe? Are you word at the clock, Spencer?
Ready?
Big Trouble in Little China is fucking brilliant. It's Kurt Russell as this action star who is terrible at his job, and all of his supporting actors have to step up to save him. He's a beautiful idiot savant. It's an incredible performance in an incredible world. David Lopan is one of the most memorable, fun villains. E.T. is fine, but it's Steven Spielberg standard.
The originator of Steven Spielberg's standard, and it was an amazing children, family, every film. Your film is horrifying for a child. That's a very weird choice. E.T. is horrifying in actually a way. I was scared of E.T., but it was in a real sort of way of like there's aliens in the world and all these sort of bigger ideas of and acceptance of things. It's a much better children's film, and it's a much better film. Spielberg's best. You even said it.
I said it was fine. It's not best. Big Trouble in Little China is one of John Carpenter's best films, and this is a guy who is fucking working to change film. Big Trouble in Little China subverted tropes. It's so fun.
Reese's Pieces, man. I ate so many of those as a kid. Look at me. That clearly shaped who I am. That is an amazing kids movie. Mic drop.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. E.T. is one of, I would say, the top 5 movies Steven Spielberg made. But there were a bunch of points you didn't make in your argument, other than Candy and Sad.
You went right to Candy, Andy. Don't fucking give me what points did he
Hashtag
make.
Candy Andy.
I'm calling you that forever.
Although I am not a big fan of Big Trouble in Little China, there are movies that, like the original Clash of the Titans and things like that, that when you see them as a 10 or 11-year-old, you can be amazed, and those are a gateway drug to other good genre films.
Not even gonna ask them, huh?
I haven't decided yet. I'm giving my opinion, then we'll consult with the hoi polloi on the couch.
I like when you just said the Beatles are a
drank
good
'cause
band, I
argued with the
guess.
judge. I argued with the judge.
Oh, yes, you argued with the judge. I'm never doing this show again. Boy. You brought up some points about Big Trouble in Little China that, seen through the eyes of a 10 or an 11-year-old, elevated the film. So this becomes a challenge because E.T. is one of my favorite films of all time. So as you jumped the gun, I am going to consult with Spencer and our guest, Danny, on the couch.
That was tough. Man, I don't necessarily agree with what Joe was saying, and I did appreciate Andy's Candy Andy's rebuttal,
Yeah.
but his
About merch tie-ins?
but his opening argument was word soup. I didn't quite understand what he was saying. Just a lot of positive words in no particular order. So I gotta go with Joe.
Okay.
I'm also going with Joe.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
I think
Good job, Joe.
No, you're not
Well,
the
we
judge.
gotta
You're not
check
the
in with
judge
Rob.
tonight. You're not the judge tonight.
We gotta check in with Rob.
Oh. No.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
that's-
Rob gets
yeah.
to chime in.
No, I
She
don't.
does.
No, I don't.
She was dreaming about
What the hell
E.T.
was that, JT?
No, I actually was dreaming about Kurt
JT
Russell.
drinking game?
Kurt Russell.
Oh, nice. Awesome. So, although I do think E.T. ultimately is the better movie, this is based on the arguments, and Joe gave the better arguments, so the point goes to Joe.
Tag
So we're tied up 3-3.
There are very problematic
now be
pictures
the
of me
longest
as a
episode
little
ever.
kid with a laundry basket on
I
my
was
head
worried.
pretending to be a 3-storm.
Shut up.
Shut up, Ken.
Yeah, it's very long. I'm
Problematic
noticing
pictures of
myself.
you as a child is a series of
93
oxymorons.
minutes.
Whoa.
We're at
Okay.
93 minutes, Joe.
Shit.
How long is this supposed to be?
Like 50.
Oh, really? We're 45 minutes long?
Yeah, it's fine. Just
Oh,
keep
okay.
working.
All right, next question. You have to watch the same movie 4 times in a row. What movie do you pick?
Shawshank Redemption!
Star Wars. A New Hope.
Can you finish the question, though?
That was it. You
say
have
it
to
like
watch
that?
a movie 4 times in a row. Which do you pick? You were first, so tell me why about Shawshank.
We've seen both those movies so many times, but I want to watch the movie that's going to inspire me and challenge me and inspire and tell me, give me drama, comedy, thriller. Shawshank is so nuanced and such an amazing film with such amazing performances. It surprises you every turn. The things you find in there, the journey you go on.
Finding new things every time you revisit. That's Star Wars. That is the thing that launched a genre. That is the thing that launched a fandom. Star Wars you can watch every day. It's a part of your fucking DNA. It's like visiting an old friend. It's like a family reunion, but with family that you actually give a shit about and want to be around. Shawshank Redemption, whatever.
Power Converters is the most annoying character in the world. I don't want to watch that over and over again. I've seen it a billion times already. Enough. And we see it every time they bring it back. Shawshank is a definitive classic. I would argue a better film.
The only time you can watch Shawshank Redemption is with commercial breaks on TBS, and commercial breaks fuck up a movie, Mark Andreyko. Everyone owns Star Wars on Blu-ray. Everyone owns Star Wars on DVD or VHS.
I own that shit on Blu-ray.
Wow. This was the straightest question ever. Shawshank Redemption versus Star Wars, and this is about the arguments. Shawshank, you brought up a lot of good points. It's a movie that has connected with a lot of people on a lot of levels. I myself have problems with the differences from the movie and the story. I think it's a well-made film, but for me, I prefer the story much better. That there's a substantial difference at the end. Star Wars, of course, is a movie that you can either love or hate for what it's done to the movie situation in the world now, with studios only making $300 million movies based on things. But Star Wars did change the face of filmmaking. But your argument was that it was just better than this. There weren't a lot of specifics.
No,
about...
I said it launched
shut up,
a
it's
genre.
over.
Yeah, you said that once, but you didn't go back and revisit. It was just sort of
Once I had 20 seconds, Mark Andreyko.
I had the same time, Joe Star.
He
And you said less.
No, he actually said more, and I like this movie less than I like Star Wars, but his arguments based on the rules of the game, his rule, and he gets the point. So it's 4-5.
So this show's still going.
So this is the Schindler's List episode.
Also,
It's 3 to
Mark
4.
thinks commercials are great for movies, and
3 or 4?
TBS
Okay,
is great
let's
for
get
movies.
Joe, shut up. Let's go.
Okay, this one, if Andy gets it, he wins. If you get it, you tie, and then we have one final question. What movie character, not actor, what movie character smells the best? I thought this was an easy question myself.
Patrick Bateman, American Psycho.
Jesus. Now we
You
need
had the
it.
confidence to go first, Joe. Now you're trying to
Read his mind, he's
change
got a
your
good one.
answer. Go ahead, Joe. Change it. Take your time. It's not a 96-minute long show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you got?
Ray, Star Wars, Force Awakens.
This girl has been stuck in the desert for
Wait,
ages.
no,
My time's
Yeah,
starting.
it starts when he starts talking. We'll start over. 3, 2, 1, go.
This girl's been stuck in the desert for ages. I don't want to smell her. She's a wonderful lady, but my God, they don't have showers in wherever she's from. Patrick Bateman has money. Do you see how much money he spent on that business card? Can you imagine how much he spent on his cologne? That man is gonna smell beautiful. He's coming to murder you. He wants to entice you. He wants to bring you in. That guy you want to get right in his armpit and just smell the beautiful.
Have you ever been in an Uber with a guy wearing too much cologne? Fuck that. Fuck that Axe body spray layered motherfucker.
Joe gets the point. We've been here for 4 days and I'm drunk. Joe gets the fucking point.
Cool, let's do our tiebreaker.
Okay. What's
I shouldn't stand, but let's do it.
You know what? Can I skip ahead to the tiebreaker one question?
Whatever you want.
Last
Okay.
question.
Tiebreaker question. What movie character do you definitely not want as your Uber driver home?
Patrick Bateman.
Five.
Over, dude.
Wash, Serenity.
I don't even know who that is. He just said it. Patrick Bateman's gonna smell the worst of the Axe body spray. He's gonna murder you when you get home. Done.
Wash is gonna fucking die at the end of this Uber trip, and that's gonna be in your brain forever. I'd rather smell a weird dude than watch someone speared through the heart.
10 seconds. You're just stopping the time?
I'm just stopping it. This is going on long enough.
I mean, I can't. I don't even know who this guy is. That's not even close. He's a serial killer, and he smells like Axe body spray. That is the worst combination of an Uber driver you can possibly think of.
Bitch, you love this guy! How do you not know a famous Joss Whedon character, you fake nerd? He dies in front of you! Holy fuck, that's horrifying!
Who is he?
He's Alan Tudyk in Firefly!
Andy wins.
Oh, wow.
See, this is what a fair and impartial judge looks like.
I am a leaf on the wind.
All right, I'm Andy Signar on Twitter.
I'm sorry this took so long, folks.
I just broke this. There's a pretzel there. All right, I'm Andy Signar on Twitter. Thanks for watching.
Before we go, my new comic book is out, miniseries.
let's plug this.
The Death of Hawkman. It's a 6-issue
Right.
miniseries
Yeah,
from
it is,
DC
yeah.
with amazing art by Aaron Lepresti, featuring the character Adam Strange. Please, if you don't hate me already, please go out and buy it. Please go buy it.
Everybody
It's
go
super
buy it.
awesome. And thank you for humoring me as a judge tonight.
Roth Cornet, Joe Star.
No.
Thank you for letting me
Spencer
judge.
Gilbert.
Spencer on the couch. Danny, our guest.
Danny, how was that?
Thanks,
It
brother.
was awesome.
I'm so glad.
Was it?
That was something. We'll talk about it after the fight. I'm taking over. Bye, everybody. See you next
Bye.
week.
Every podcast we put on YouTube comes with this kick-ass graphic listing all the topics your favorite Screen Junkies podcasters are talking about. If you click the topics, you can skip around and choose your own podcast battle royale. Go ahead, try them all. If you haven't already, subscribe to Screen Junkies on YouTube to join us for future fights. Or if you prefer to listen on iTunes, click the logo to download an audio version.